The week, and we have Brianna Lyman from The Federalist joining us this morning. It's so good to see you. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So let's start in D.C. A suspect has finally been charged for allegedly planting pipe bombs near the DNC and RNC in 2021. He was identified as Brian Cole Jr. from Woodbridge, Virginia. And the thing that amazes me about this is that it was the arrest was made entirely on evidence that the FBI had for years.
Yeah, it's particularly interesting when you remember that the Biden Department of Justice and FBI went through hell and high water to get grandmothers showing up at people's houses, cracks of dawn, guns blazing. But they couldn't track down the suspected pipe bomber in 4 years. And yet Donald Trump's DOJ and FBI did it in 11 months. And what's particularly interesting is this arrest affidavit says that they used cell phone data to pin the suspect to the RNC and DNC on January 5th. An FBI official under Biden testified to Congress that the cell phone data was corrupted. Maybe there's a plausible explanation. I'd love to hear it. But there's definitely questions about what was going on in the intelligence apparatus under Biden for 4 years.
Yeah, and we'll see, thankfully we'll have a trial. We'll see what the evidence looks like. And I think that'll put a lot of questions to rest. But it does leave a lot of unanswered questions about what happened over the past 5 years for sure. Great stuff. On to this. Out in Minnesota, we've got vast corruption uncovered in Minnesota via Medicaid and COVID relief. We're talking to the tune of $1 billion in Tim Walz's home state. And some of the culprits that are being fingered for this are people that are political allies of Tim Walz and Ilhan Omar and political donors.
Yeah, well, if you ever want to see Democrats' two core policies, which is third world mass migration and the massive expansion of welfare fraud, look no further than to Minnesota. And this individual on the screen here is an example of that collision. Here is someone who, again, was convicted for asylum and welfare fraud, made it into the United States, has been here illegally, and while here illegally was rubbing elbows with some of the biggest people in Minnesota. So when Democrats try to tell you that, one, fraud does not happen with the welfare system, ignore them. When they say third world mass migration not a problem, ignore them. And when they say that calling this out is bigotry, ignore them.
Exactly. And everybody was called a bigot for asking questions about this. Okay, third topic. Vladimir Putin is abandoning Maduro and urges his citizens to leave Venezuela. This seems like a pretty big geopolitical event.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the fact that Putin, at least to some degree, is not certain or won't or can't defend Maduro's regime and is asking Russians to leave Venezuela is indicative that President Trump's drone strikes on these drug traffickers is working for two reasons. One, he's alienating Maduro from one of their best allies. And two, he's also weakening Putin's position in this hemisphere, which is going to be good for possible negotiations to end the war in Ukraine.
And maybe the entire point. Okay, last thing, I got to get you to comment on this. Waymo driverless taxi drives a passenger through a police standoff in Los Angeles. Watch this.
Waymo? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What the is that Waymo doing?
I think that guy said the best part.
Exactly. Can you top that?
You can't, but this is exactly why this kind of technology should not be on the roads. They clearly haven't accounted for possible police standoffs yet. That is unsafe for everyone involved. Look at this. For everyone involved.
Yeah, they have absolutely no idea what's going on. Okay, Brianna Lyman, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. So are weight loss drugs changing the way Americans shop?